Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing a bridal inspired makeup tutorial. So the first thing I'm doing is going over our face with a moisturizer. This is called the Moisture Potion from Mismetics. I'm just applying it all over our face to keep the moisture, in our skin and making sure that everything is good, giving us a blank canvas to start with. Now I'm going in with my Rimmel London mattifying primer all over our face, to keep her from producing too much oil throughout the whole day while she wears her makeup. I'm just applying it on the places that she will naturally produce a lot of oil, which is her T-zone area. I'm just blending that in with my foundation brush and making sure there's no harsh line, and make sure it's flawless. I'm going in with my Zikel Cosmetics Sparkle Sun Wrap, and highlighting the places that sunlight will naturally hit. This is an illuminator to give us this inner glow, almost like she's glowing from within and she didn't do anything, when we all know the face was snatched. So next I'm going in with my Zikel Cosmetics Mocha Even Tone Foundation and applying it at the sides of her face, blending that into her skin. As you can see, it is blending effortlessly. That shows that it is her actual shade. For the center of her face, I used the Zikel Cosmetics Skin Fit Foundation in Ariza Tan and applying it in the middle part of her face. This is a stick foundation, so that is why it is difficult to apply. Not really difficult anyway, but you need to apply pressure when applying a stick foundation because it's thick. So now we're just blending that into her face. I'm blending, guys. Take your time, blend that foundation. We want a flawless base, so you need to blend your foundation well, and voila. So the next thing I'm using is my Juvia's Place foundation in Madagascar. I'm sorry guys, I didn't show you guys what the packaging looks like, but subsequent videos you get to see what the packaging looks like. I'm just blending that into her skin. I'm using the same foundation brush so that this shade I'm using to highlight wouldn't be too heavy or too harsh on her skin. That's why I'm using the same foundation brush, so that it can blend into her skin perfectly. Now I'm going in with my Juvia's Place I Am Magic Setting Powder in Gobi. I'm just using that to highlight all the places that I used, a lighter foundation to conceal. So I'm just brightening that up. I'm putting that, setting it with a fluffy brush. I'm not using a beauty blender today. I don't know. I just felt like using a fluffy brush and I went with that today. You can always use a beauty blender if that works for you. Sometimes I use a beauty blender, but today I felt like using a fluffy brush and I didn't want to bake harshly on her face. So now I'm using my Zikel Cosmetics powder palette to contour her face. I'm starting with her nose, so I want to give the illusion of a slimmer nose. That is why we contour with a darker shade and the sides of her cheek. We want the highlights to be prominent. That's why we are contouring. Now I'm using my Davis brow pencil in 01 to draw her brows, to make sure it's all pink and all. This is not a detailed brow tutorial. If you want to see a detailed brow tutorial, please let me know in the comment section and I'll get into filming that for you guys. Next, I'm going with a spoolie and just combing that so that our brows looks as natural as possible. Now I'm going back with that foundation from Juvia's Place in Madagascar to highlight the sides of our brows, to give it this brightening effect, because that was what we used to highlight her face in the first place. So I'm just using it underneath her brows. I'm blending that. As I'm applying, I'm blending, guys. Always blend, don't want harsh lines. You can see we've blended all that out. Now I'm going in with my P. Louise base in Rumo Zero and applying it all over her eyelid. Now I'm using my Roba Cosmetics Divine Star palette. You know, I'm using all the shades I used are from this palette. I'm just using it to give her a, you know, more like a soft glam, a really soft glam. I'm using you know, dark shades that complement her skin tone, so it looks almost like we didn't put too much. Now I'm going in with my Tracy Bella silver glitter, or silver pigment rather, in the inner corner of her eyes. I'm just applying that with a detailed brush, and now I'm blending everything together to make sure that there are no harsh lines. I'm just blending everything together using a fluffy brush so that we have, you know, a well blended eyeshadow look. We don't want our eyeshadows to be separate. We want all the shadows to merge into each other, or rather marry into each other, if I can use that word. So I'm just blending it. Now I'm going in with my Inglot gel eyeliner to, you know, make sure our inner tear dots is popping, the underneath of our eyes is popping, and I'm going to do the same thing on the top of our eyelid. Now if you notice, I'm raising our eyes up a bit so that I can have the illusion of a bigger space to apply the eyeliner. I want it to be as close to our lash line as possible. That is why I'm raising it up a little bit, so that, you know, the eyeliner isn't too much, so it's almost like we didn't even apply eyeliner, if you get what I'm trying to say. So you want to take your time with this process, guys. Don't need to rush it. As you can see, I didn't fast forward this part, so you can see that I really took my time when I was applying my eyeliner. Okay, you need to take your time, do it gently. There's no need to rush. You're not rushing anywhere. Take your time and do it right. Now I'm applying the Zaron mascara all over our lashes. I'm also raising it up so that we can, you know, get into the ears, and I'm combing it in a rotational movement, or rotational motion, if that makes sense. That way it's easier. I'm still going back with that Tracy Bella pigment to intensify it a bit. And now I'm applying my lashes. This lashes is from Wink, and it's their Mayville lashes. Okay, so it comes in a set of 5. Now I'm applying my powder all over our face, just using that to blend everything in, you know. I'm doing the finishing touches, applying a shade of powder that is actually a shade for my powder palette. And this powder palette is the same one we'll be using, is the Zikel Cosmetics powder palette. So I'm just going all over our face and blending it so that we don't have any harsh line and everything is flawless. Now I'm going back with my Zikel Cosmetics Sparkle Honey Dust. This is the bomb, guy. Little of this goes a long way. This highlighter, like, it a catch. Permit me to use that word. It catches very well. So you just need a little bit. So I'm applying it, you know, at the top of our cheekbone, just, you know, to give that illuminated effect. You know, we want her to be glowing, you know, and looking flawless, and we want our highlighter to be blinding people, you know, glow for the gods. Get what I'm trying to say? So I'm just highlighting all over the places that I want to pop. Now I'm going with my House of Tara Ada lipstick. It's a matte velvet lipstick, which means it dries matte, but it gives you this velvet feeling. I'm applying it all over our lips. And now I'm using my classic Nude Girl lipstick. I'm going back with blush for my Zikel Cosmetic palette all over our cheek. And now I'm just applying lip gloss all over our lips. I'm applying a setting spray. This is a Kiss Beauty setting spray. And now I'm going all over our face with my Ruba Cosmetics beauty blender all over our face, guys. I'm just blending all that all in, and voila, that concludes the whole tutorial, guys. If you want to see how the wig was installed, please let me know in the comment section. The video is already filmed and I'll just try to edit it and get it out for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Okay, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.